Hey guys, this is your coach Robert. I'm going to talk to you about rice cookers, and how I make rice. So you see I have a little, small rice cooker here, and I have a bigger one here. When I'm bulking, I make a lot of rice. But guys, I just bought the Members Mark Sam's version of rice, medium long grain for me that's easily digestible. That might have been like 10 bucks for 25 pounds of rice. So that's going to last me a very long time. Rice, gets a bad rap, or sugars, or whatever else, but it's easily digestible carbs, and bodybuilding, that's important. And it's dirt cheap and very quick to make if you use a rice cooker. Okay, so here's how it works. For every 1 cup of dry rice, you put 2 cups of water. 1 cup dry rice, 2 cups of water. So, I have this 25-pound bag here. We put it in this little container here. That usually stays in there, and I'll just take this out, and that's 1 cup of rice. If I were cooking just 1 cup of rice, I would put that in there and then add 2 cups of water. And 9 times out of 10, when I'm not meal prepping, I like my rice fresh for post-workout. If I'm at the gym, I may call Mary Jane to make it, or I'll have it ready for her to start. Or I'll just start it before I go to the gym, because we tend to work out at the same times. She's down in the weight room and I'm at the gym. But anyway, I'll do 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water, and that'll make me like, I think 2.5 cups of cooked rice, which gets me through, that night's post-workout rice and maybe the next night's. But today I'm meal prepping. I already cooked a lot of ground beef and weighed it out yesterday. I put it in the freezer. I was lazy and felt like making rice, so I'm doing the rice from meal prep yesterday, today, if that made any sense. So I have in here 2.5 cups of rice. So I literally put 2.5 of those right there. And so if I have 2.5 cups of rice, I need 5 cups of water. Here's 4 cups measured out in my Blend Tech. And here's 1 cup measured out in that Pyrex. So this is really all I'm going to do. I'm just going to pour the water on top of the rice. And then I'm just going to close the lid. I'm going to plug this thing in. And I'm going to push a button. So this is really, and that's it. That's all you got to do to make rice. And just walk away for 30 minutes. And when you come back in 30 minutes, that rice is done. Now, while the rice is cooking, I'm probably going to cook some chicken in the oven. So if you're going to cook rice with your meat meals at the same time, go ahead and start your rice first, then go and cook your meats, because a lot of times, they'll end about the same time. So it's all about being efficient. And as you can see, this rice is going towards a meal I made yesterday. So, do what's convenient for you. Again, I just buy the Sam's medium long grain rice, and it's 25 pounds. This will last me forever. It's dirt cheap, easily digestible. I cut on it, I bulk on it. It's a staple carb for me. All right, the rice cooker is now finished, and I have a lot of rice in this rice cooker. I have here some ground beef meals I made yesterday. I just put them in the freezer, weighed out 5-ounce cooked weight servings. And the whole time I had rice cooking, I had this chicken in the oven. So I'm just going to scoop out a 1/2 cup of rice in each container. Nothing exciting here. I'm going to use a 1/4 scoop cup because it's easier for me to scoop in and out of this rice cooker, especially with one hand holding the phone. So 1/4 cup equals a 1/2 cup, right? I did go to school that day, and literally I'm just scooping 1/2 cups out into containers of frozen meat. And as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to put lids back on these containers and put them back in the freezer. Now, ideally, I would have started the rice cooker along with the ground beef yesterday, but I was lazy and just didn't feel like dealing with rice pretty late. But I did manage to cook chicken while the rice was going. So my family, we're going to eat chicken tonight, and I'll take the leftover chicken from here and weigh out probably 5-ounce cooked weight servings for me, and I will put those in the freezer for post-workout meals. And I usually eat rice with a post-workout meal. It's just easily digestible carb, and whatever serving size that hits my macros. As of right now, I'm cutting for a huge spring break trip, so I'll probably do a cup of rice post-workout. But sometimes I do a cup and a half. Sometimes I'll add honey to the rice, which is really good, depending on, you know, whether I'm maintenance calories or bulking or whatever. So for now, you know, this is a good meal. So I mean, this literally can take this fast. You know, usually I have 2 hands working, but that's it. I mean, I just scooped a half cup of rice in these frozen meat containers. While that was going, I had the chicken in the oven. That's ready to make for dinner tonight, and divvy out servings to put in the freezer for my post-workout meals. Again, I bought rice by the 25-pound bag, and that's just the Sam's version. So I'm gonna cap this up, put it in the freezer, and call it a day. And then I'll probably it looks like about a cup and a half. I'll probably scoop out a cup here for tonight's post-workout meal, and I'll either, you know, eat it. I'll probably do the chicken. I'll just probably go ahead and make a post-workout meal now with that cup of rice and 5 ounces chicken, and put the rest in the freezer. Clean that up, and I'm done. That fast, people.